1 2. Mic check 1 2. I can't hear him.
Yeah.
I can hear Maddie. I can't hear him.
Okay. I think they're going in 7 seconds because there's like a countdown.
I can hear Maddie. I can't.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, now I can hear Griffin.
And welcome as we are in election night of 2024. I am Griffin Broussard. As we just went through a lot of issues that we're going to talk about for another couple of minutes. Right now, we're going to go straight out to our Maddie Sexton. Maddie, you're out in Jonesboro covering the mayoral race. What have you heard that's different from anything you've told us at 6?
Yeah, Griffin. So right now, the election coordinator, Jennifer Clack, she did send me an updated voter turnout number, and that has reached over 9,500. So nearly 10,000 votes today for voters on election day alone. So I think at 6, I said 5,500. So yeah, they said that's about on track as it was in 2020. But since I left at 6, I've been going around town to all of the mayoral candidates watch parties, and right now I am outside of Councilman L.J. Bryant's. He is not here yet. He has been at Earl Bell Community Center outside talking to voters all day. But so far I've gone to Thomas Elwood's. He's at the Elk Lodge, and Jeremy Terrell. And next I will be going to Mayor Harold Copenhaver's. So I'm talking to all of them just kind of about what their plans are for tonight. They've spent months campaigning for this. So just kind of hearing, how they feel. A lot of them are surrounded by their friends and family, which they said this whole thing, that's what's made it worth it, that they've gotten to see so many familiar faces. All of these candidates have been in Jonesboro for a really long time, so they know a lot of people. And they said just, really getting out and getting to talk to the community during this time has been really their favorite part. So I'm waiting to talk to LJ. And yeah, with polls just now closing at 7:30, I should have some look at numbers coming up here soon, hopefully.
Has there been any vibes from either of the candidates that you've already talked to about anything specific? Are they thinking one way?
I think both of them are just remaining optimistic that I've talked to so far, both Jeremy and Tom Elwood. They're really just surrounded by their friends and family and some food. And Thomas Elwood told me that it's kind of like waiting to hear that kind of like anxious feeling of like, oh, what's going to happen. So he gave me that. So yeah, they're definitely just sitting around waiting, probably just like we all are, everyone at home. And I know that's what I'm doing. So
Right. Well, thank you, Maddie. We will hear from Maddie tonight at 10. Have more updates on the Jonesboro mayoral race. Maddie, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
All right. Now we're going to go back to me, and we're going to go and talk to Bryant Kwilecki, who's in Lawrence County, covering the Lawrence County Library millage. Bryant, what can you tell me about that update from the 6 o'clock news?
Well, Griffin, I don't have any official numbers yet because they're just starting to bring in the ballots from Walnut Ridge, Hoxie, and some of those closer areas in Lawrence County. They'll also have the ones from Menard and some other areas across the river. I heard from people here, a couple people here, that they had a big turnout across the river, which could be a deciding factor in the library millage. From what I understand, when this petition was filed, a lot of people from the western half of the county wanted to rethink their options as far as where the library millage money could go, and so that's kind of where it is right now. When I did the story a couple times before, both candidates, or not candidates, both sides, kind of optimistic. So, but they're starting to bring in ballots now. It's past 7:30. They should be starting to count the early votes right now.
So, Brian, as polls closed, did you talk to any voters? Did any voters come up to you, tell you anything on how they were leaning towards this side? What is there any type of thing that you could get gauge from that?
I did talk to a couple of voters, and a lot of them did tell me that they were leaning towards the side of the library. I mean, the library, not only here in Walnut Ridge, but they have two other locations in Lynn and in Bowdoin that serve more than just the books. So they have a lot of services, online and offline. They have a lot of people come in, use their Wi-Fi, and if the library millage was to be decreased, those other two lake locations in Bowdoin and Lynn are in danger of closing down. When I did the story a couple weeks ago, I kind of talked with the library director, Ashley Burris, about what the implications could be, and she said that's one of the big ones is those two locations could close if this millage decrease passes.
Okay. So Brian also will have a little bit more of an update on some more unofficial numbers in the 10 o'clock hour or half hour news. Thank you very much, Bryant. We will see you at 10. And we're going to go back. Now we're going to cover a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about these issues. Obviously, the Craighead County sales tax is one of the big issues for Craighead County in this area. Obviously, what's being proposed is we talked a little bit about it at 5 and 6, the half-cent sales tax to improve the Craighead County jail. That's going to be voted on, yes or no. That's going to be up until $105 million bond, debt to pay for improvements to the county's jail. Obviously, that improve law enforcement and court facility. That's going to improve safety and stuff like that.
He said something he talked about.
Another thing we're going to cover a little bit on is got to get so issue 1 and issue 2. Those are a big thing for Arkansas voters. Issue 1 is obviously Arkansas state lottery proceeds to fund scholarships at private vocational and public vocational technical schools and technical institutes. The last time voters voted on this was 2008. They approved a constitutional amendment to allow the state to establish, operate, and regulate state lottery to fund scholarships and grants. Now that's just expanding. Arkansas voters will vote to expand, or have voted to expand or not to expand that to private and public vocational technical institutes and colleges. Issue number 2 is repealing the Polk County casino license and requiring those local elections to approve new casino license. Obviously, voters voted on this back in 2020, and that, let me make sure I'm giving you the right information. Yes, back in 2020 to give those casino licenses to, 2018, to give those casino licenses to West Memphis, Hot Springs, and Jefferson County, and one in Polk County. Polk County voters say they did not want that, so they have put that on the ballot for that. Now we're going to go and take a look at a little bit more national stuff. We'll take a look at current presidential races. Obviously, right now, some of these are saying they're called right now. Tennessee, Arkansas says they have been called with 8.8% of the votes in. None for Craighead County yet. The only one they are looking at is Pulaski County. Obviously, that's Little Rock. So we are looking at that right now. But they are calling it with 8.8%, calling it for Arkansas. All of these are unofficial results, obviously, until the election is certified. And going to a little bit more of a local thing, we will have more of these. We will cover the Jonesboro mayor. We will cover the Wynn mayor recall. Jackson County 0.75% sales tax the Truman City Council election proposal, Craighead County sales tax for the jail, the millage for the public library, and the Independence County paper ballot measure. But back to a little bit more national stuff. Right now, they're calling Arkansas with the 6 electoral votes for former President Donald Trump. He currently sits at 101 electoral college votes, with Vice President Kamala Harris sitting at 71. Obviously, there's 270 to win. Right now, Donald Trump has won, according to this, 10 states with a popular vote of 18,940,000, and Vice President Kamala Harris has won 8 states with a popular vote of 15,949,000. We will continue to provide updates. I will be back here at 9 o'clock, about 9 o'clock, probably a little bit before 9 o'clock. We'll have updates from Alejandro Hernandez on the Wynn and Parkin mayor recalls and the Hickory Ridge tax, and we will have an update from Jace Passmore on the Craighead County Jonesboro Public Library millage increase that was previously decreased in 2020 to 1 mil. Now they're voting to bring it back up to 2 mil this year. And Jace will also have the update on the Craighead County jail tax. That's that half-cent sales tax that will go up to $105 million bond for improvements on the Craighead County jail. That will improve safety. And I will have updates. Until then, we will see you at 9 o'clock. Thank you for joining me. I'm Griffin Broussard.
I think I had it down here too. So,
Oh,
yeah,
audio
so
caller. Okay.
you can either mute it there or over there, but that may be easier for you.
So